Hello, welcome back. So today I'm going to play a mission from the 1 million units contest from January of 2021. This is the Turning of the Leaves by Nicked. And this was actually my favorite mission from that contest. I think there were 9 releases, if I'm not mistaken. This one and Alcazar was neck and neck for the winner for my part. I think I both gave them 29 out of 30, but this one just edged out as the winner for me. They're two very different missions, by the way. A very high quality contest, I would say, just the average. The average score of the missions was very good, so check out some from that contest if you have the chance. This is the first mission by Nicked, I think, that I'm doing on my channel. I've played 1 or 2 of his other missions, but they are older ones. I haven't played any other of the newer ones you've done. So I really wanted to show you guys this. So the backstory here is, I'm going to read directly from the info file. Being an independent thief in this city has always had its associated risks, but I've always managed to stay one step ahead of my rivals. That is, until I went to visit my fence after robbing Lord Torridge of his valuable gold chalice. The look on his face should have told me something was wrong, but before I could react, 3 heavies unfolded from the shadows and jumped me. When I came to, cold rain was spattering my face. Tied up and thrown into a handcart, I was being taken outside the city into the woods. I could hear 2 of the thugs chatting away. One of them was worried that the third companion would get all the glory for running the chalice back to their boss. But the other reassured him that bringing the famous Garrett in alive would be worth even more. While they talked, I pretended to be unconscious. I managed to loosen the bonds around my wrists and ankles. The rain grew heavier. The canopy overhead grew thicker. We were deep in the woods when the thugs said they were almost back to their hideout. It was now or never. Throwing off the ropes, I left off the cart and darted into the trees. I could hear my captors shouting in futile rage behind me, but I managed to get away. Now I'm unarmed and alone in hostile territory, but I still have my wits about me. Whoever did this is about to learn a valuable lesson. Crossing Garrett is a bad idea. So yeah, it starts out as sort of an escape mission here. So, new game, expert, no briefing, but here are our objectives though. So even though we're sort of unwanted or undesirably in the situation we're in, we still have a lot of objectives. You're on the run in hostile territory. Try to find something to defend yourself with. That's actually the last objective we're going to do, and I'll explain why. The thugs who captured you mentioned that they were almost back at their hideout. It must be near here somewhere. Find out where it is and sneak inside. You've had a rough night so far. Someone is responsible. Find out who. You worked hard to steal Lord Torridge's golden chalice, and you're not about to let some amateurs keep it. Get it back. The thieves took all of your equipment. Most of it is replaceable, but those lockpicks were expensive. Get them back. A thieves' hideout is bound to have some swag laying around. Empty their coffers of at least 3,200. Your captors might have been quite happy to kill you, but you're better than they are. Don't kill any of them, or any other human you may find in this part of the forest. It's a miserable night. When you've finished your other objectives, try to find somewhere safe, warm, and dry to wait out the storm. So, the mission cannot be Supreme Ghosted. It can't even be regular Ghosted. We have to take one bust that is by design. It is something that is completely inevitable, and it's intended to happen from the author's side. So I don't feel too bad about that bust, but we don't have to take any other regular ghost busts. We have to take a few more supreme busts, though. We have to skip some loot. Even for ghosts, we have to skip loot, so I'll go through all that. So I'm going to keep it to a supreme playthrough. I always do that. So I will skip even the loot that we could have taken for ghost. So in some cases where we can achieve Perfect Thief, I might want to prioritize that just to get the successful one. But we can't even be successful in any ghost mode here. The one objective that sort of guides our direction through the map here is the lockpick objective. Because there are certain areas we can't get into if we don't have those lockpicks. So we need to get to the hideout for the thieves to get those, so that we can enter the areas that those lockpicks require. But then we have to go back to the hideout for a different reason afterwards. So there's a little bit of back and forth. I'm going to try to minimize it, but I think I found a route that is pretty good here. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to make a save. We're going to listen to a conversation from those thieves right away here. Now there's no map except for the ones that we discover as we go along. I think there's 4 different areas, yeah. So it'll get populated as you walk through it. Now, there is actually a bonus objective, a hidden objective, if you find every map, like all the areas of every map. We're not going to be able to do that because there are a couple of locations we can't get into for Supreme. We don't need to go there, but if we want that objective, we need to go there, so we can't. But hidden bonus objectives are not required for Supreme.
Any sign of him?
Nothing. He just vanished into the trees.
Come on! We'd better keep looking.
We're never gonna find him in this.
Well, you go back and tell the boss we lost him then.
No, I'm looking.
Now, I have no clue who this other guy is here. Like this civilian here. Who on earth is that? This is so strange.
Hello? Did you see that?
Look here! Let's...
I gotta restart here. This is so odd. I've never seen a servant here.
Any sign of him?
Yeah.
Nothing. He
No,
just
he's not
vanished
there.
into the trees.
Have you guys ever
Come
seen
on!
that guy?
We'd better keep looking.
We're never gonna find him in this.
Well, you go back and tell
That
the
is
boss we
so
lost him
odd.
then.
No, I'm
Man,
looking.
Drummond
I'm
is
looking.
a lunatic. He's having a field day with glitches today. Hopefully that isn't a bad omen for things to follow. But yeah, there was a servant there. There's supposed to be a wisp floating around that lights up the forest, but okay, I'm going to talk in a little bit. I just want to... This is a dead end here. But if we walk through here, we can get to safety. So yeah, let me explain a few things. So I honestly think that Dromad messed up and produced a servant instead of that wisp. Because that's the only other AI, if you can call it that. It doesn't alert us. But I have never seen that. Let me know if you guys know what happened there, because that was the strangest. If I went quiet, that's because I didn't yeah, anyway. So we picked up a silver nugget worth 50, and we picked up a bone wheel mushroom. Now there's quite a few mushrooms, and mostly plants, that we have to pick up, because we have to manufacture a few things in the Thieves hideout when we get there. There's a machine that we can make some equipment with that we have to do. I think we have to make 4 items. So I'm going to pick up the items I need. We took a bone wheel mushroom. I'm not going to point out where all the other flowers and mushrooms are. I'm only going to point out the ones that I need to take. But there are plenty more around. But I'm going to take one of at least all the different kinds that exist. I think so anyway. So here's a little cabin on the western side. We just visited the pool. I just wanted to get out of that area. This is the area where the thieves are. They don't go any further south or northwest than this. So they sort of make a loop here. So we have here a hut. Let's read this first. Waterlogged note. Gone away for a few days. If poultices or healing herbs you seek, pay a visit to Old Mother Drufford in the next valley. Don't bother knocking. If I am back, thy note won't be here. Granny Bethel. Or Bethel. So this is a locked hut. But if we go back here, there's another locked sort of a storm drain. Storm hatch. Here is a hut key. And that can unlock this door.
Hope this is a safe place to hide in.
So that is a hint, obviously, so this is the place we need to go back to when we're done with the mission. Here's a fireplace that highlights. Here's a frying pan, and that works as a blackjack. Now, we are not going to take that now, because find some weapons to defend yourselves with. There are 3 items we need to take to meet that objective, and one of them is the frying pan. Since we don't need the frying pan, I'm not going to take that right now. We do need a sword. And in this, we have 12 broadheads. So that also counts as something we need to meet that objective, so I'm going to take that as well. That's required. Nothing else of interest up here. I like the rain sounds on the windows. So yeah, the reason I'm not going to take this now is because we can control now exactly when the mission is going to end. When we take this frying pan, and that's going to be a little bit important later on. So I'm going to leave that be since we don't need to knock anybody out. Let's lock this and be on our way here. Let's see here. So any of those flowers or mushrooms, they grow back. So if you wait a few minutes, there'll be another one exactly where you took it. Which means that if you take one that you don't end up needing, it's not an unnecessary pickup for Supreme, because you're not removing anything from the environment, really. That wisp is a little bit annoying. It doesn't see me, but it lights me up. So we are going to whack this foliage here. That is not property damage, by the way. That has been decided that it's only man-made objects or objects made by creatures that are intelligent. So foliage obviously isn't anyone's property, so. Okay. We're going to take another bone wheel mushroom. We're going to take a turquoise begonia. And another turquoise begonia. So over there, towards the west, that takes you down to the hideout entrance. We need a few objects before we get to the hideout, so I'm not going to take that way. Plus there's a frog here that is very alert, that is annoying. I'm not going to go that way right now. Take a third turquoise. We need 3 of those in total. Another one. In here, in the waterfall, there are 4 water arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to head into a cave system here. There's a spider. I'm going to take a cave heart amaryllis. So that you can go in through the waterfall, but it's difficult to do. Okay, little cave system here. So there's a corpse. Take his dagger and his purse. Total 180. this note. Bram, you've got one more chance. Bring back something worth fencing, or don't come back at all. M. So M is actually Margot. We'll meet Margot a little bit later. She's sort of the leader of the thief group. Let's see. I think we're going to go down here, actually. Okay, so this is one of the several locks in the mission that you can open two ways. You can open it with the lockpicks, which is obviously our preferred method, because the other method is breaking the padlock with bolt cutters. So that would be property damage. So I'm instead going to open this when I get my lockpicks. Up here is a water arrow, by the way. Let me see. I think we're going to go down this way. Yes, we are. You could hear a frog there. There are two frogs, and they are very, very wary. So I don't think we need another one of those. I'm not going to clutter my inventory with too many objects here. Oh yeah. So the frog is on the other side of this wall. So just a word on the contest itself. The contest was called 1 million units because the authors were limited by the volume, if you will, of the map. So they had to make it within a cube that was 100 by 100 by 100 in the 3 dimensions. So that gives you 1 million Drawmed units. Now you can make it into an equal, like a box, or an elongated tunnel, or a vertical shaft, or whatever you want to do, as long as the volume doesn't end up being more than that. And one of the voting categories was how well the author used the space. And I actually think that because of the way that he has made the forest here, it looks a lot bigger than it actually is. This isn't the first time that's been done, but I think it's a clever way of implementing that type of style in a contest like this. So I actually gave it max score in use of space, as did I with Alcazar, by the way. We're going to take Flame Burst Plumeria, Trickster's Pansy, and a Magefire Aster on the cabin porch here. We're going to head in here. Guy sleeping upstairs. I don't think he can wake up. Now in here, we have a silver flute and a little chest here. We have a fire arrow in the fireplace. 2 statues up here. Total 280. Okay. 260, sorry, yeah. I read it wrong. 260. Gotcha. Yeah. And up here, there's nothing of interest on the shelf here, but there's a stack of copper coins, a stack of silver coins, and a picture of Rebecca. Right there. I'm going to read an interesting diary. Garlic, no change in condition. Silver causes burning, pain, no change to condition. Aconite induces frenzy, but no change to condition. Holy water, no change to condition. Brother Henried's incantation, no change in condition even after an hour of chanting. Application of holy hammer symbol, no change in condition. When the full moon is passed, I must journey to the Hammerite's library, Maleficarum, and beg to be allowed to search through the text there. There must be a cure for this unholy curse. There must. We're going to find out what that is all about in not too long here. So over here there's also a bunch of 6 broadheads in a quiver. Head down to the basement real quick. Here's some firewood. We're going to need that. Silver nugget. Total 327. I forgot what I had a hard time finding the first time I remember playing this mission up here. There's a stack of, or a couple of coins on the windowsill. And over here there's a hammer, total 422, 2 moss arrows, and then there are the infamous bolt cutters. So those are the ones that you can use to break locks then, instead of picking them. So we could do that, for example, to this footlocker, because there's loot in it, but that would be property damage. But luckily this one can also be picked open. All the locks that you use the bolt cutters on can be picked open. So why do we need the bolt cutters then, you might ask? Well, we have to cut one lock, unfortunately, before we find the lockpicks, and that's the ultimate bust to Ghost then. So I'll show you that in not too long, actually. So here there's a secret, though. There's a door. And that takes you to a cage where there is Rebecca then, that have been turned into some kind of beast. So there's a hidden objective to heal her from the curse. So that we're going to do. We can do that within Ghost and Supreme rules, so I'm going to do that. That'll actually be one of the very, very last things we do. So I'm going to close this for now, just so that I don't forget to close it when we actually do this later on. If I have to open it then, I'll remember to close it too. I just feel that's safer. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to grab another Magefire Aster here. Here are some ruins. We're now moving south from the cabin here. So we've taken the caves towards the west. That actually takes us to the cabin coming from the east. So here... So another one of those Magefire Asters. We need 3 of those. I'm gonna head into the ruins here. Go up here. There's another stack of gold coins here. Total 447. You can hear the other frog right outside. Surprised they didn't alert there, because they are very easily startled. Here's another footlocker that we will have to come back to pick a little bit later. So now we're in the catacombs, and we need a few objects from down here. Not actually from the catacombs, but... Well, no, we do. We need a coffin rot fungus. Here's a blue vase, total 497. Gold vase. And then we're going to head up here. Okay, here is a church of some kind. Kind of creepy. A sleeping guy. This is actually one of several cultists. There's a cultist village here that we're going to actually go to right now and steal something coming from this end. It's just easier to do that from here than it is later on. But we also need another object in here. There's a statue, total 612. And there is a shack key that we're going to return later. All the keys in this mission you have to return. We can read this. Dearest Elizabeth, I know not when I should be able to lay mine eyes upon thee again, dear sister, for this work does prove most trying. As hard as it is to believe, the heathens of this village have no knowledge of the builder's light, and do live in most grievous sin. They speaketh not the common tongue, but I have deciphered some of their meaning. Their false god demandeth some sort of ritual animal sacrifice and the consumption of the flesh. The bones are then venerated somehow at a temple deeper in the woods, the location of which I have yet to determine. The old abandoned church here is simple, but it standeth yet. I must get through to them, for their very souls are in grave peril. Ever thy faithful brother, Marcus. So I'm a little bit confused by what he's saying, that they speaketh not the common tongue, because they have normal, you know, voice lines from the regular Thief games. I don't think that he can wake up here, to be honest with you. At least not easily. Now, there's no rope arrows in this mission. And obviously a lot of the textures are sort of modernized. We're going to head out here. Back here is a bunch of shoes and stuff. We're going to take a purse here. Total 712. So he just stands there. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah. Okay, there's another patrol over there, so can't do that. This is a little bit difficult, what I'm gonna do right here. Good. Excellent. So I wanted to take a ring and a footlocker in that hut there, and a stack of gold coins on the windowsill, because coming from the northwest here is a lot easier to take that than actually doing that when we're going to approach the village from the south later. So we're up to, oh, we've got so much, 837, yeah, that's good. So there are some flowers just laying around too. I'm not going to take those, even if I need that type of flower, because they don't grow back. I'll try to keep it as much supreme as I can here. Okay. Go back up here, and we're gonna now head actually to the hideout. Here, and a very well hidden hammer, 912. And in here we're going to take a crystal. So we have now, we went back to the cabin, we went up to sort of a four-way junction here, sort of a central area. The crystal was in this little pocket. And now we are moving up north again, because we're going to approach the northern parts of the forest from the south, and we're going to head to the hideout right now. There is a frog that's going to come. Yeah, good. Sometimes he gets stuck, and that is horrible if he does. Good. I'm gonna make a real save there, since he is not stuck. We're gonna come up on the bus that I talked about earlier. This is the hideout entrance. So, this door here, it seems like you can mantle over it, or maybe climb over it if you get some stackable items, or maybe even over one of the walls here. But I think Nick has put in a barrier so that you can't do that. And the gate here is also made in a way that doesn't allow you to penetrate it in any way. I've tried what is called the gentle clip, which is the use of a sword, block, crouch, lean, and jump maneuver. So that I showed you to get through the wall in the Haunted Cathedral to avoid the ghost bust there. I have not been able to do that here. And to be honest with you, I kind of don't like that method. Both Galere, another ghoster, and myself, we've discussed that on the forums, and we both agree that it completely breaks the game, and it's not something that I actually think should be allowed even for Ghost, because it was never intended in the original rules, and it's only because of New Dark that that's possible. So I've decided not to implement that type of maneuver, even if it was possible to get through here with that intact. I don't know. At least it doesn't feel right to me. I tried. If anyone else can manage to get over here and into the courtyard of the Thieves' hideout without breaking the lock on that gate, then be my guest. Please try it. I would like to see you guys do that. I would be happy because it means this mission would be ghostable then. So I tried to stack items here to get over this little corner. You can't do that because the ceiling actually goes lower than what it seems like. So you can't mantle up here. The only place you can mantle is here. But you hear he alerts to this. I also thought maybe you could squeeze through here, but I haven't been able to, so I don't think there's any way to get through that. So we are going to instead break the lock here. Like that. Now here we actually get to another problem. I'll show you right here. When we close this gate, which we have to for Supreme, that gate bumps into the padlock, and that always alerts the frog, and it alerts this patrolling guy here if he is out in the courtyard. But after a lot of testing, I found the simplest of methods. We only have to throw a little. We can only throw a flower at it. There. We're going to steal his key, hideout key. There's another copy in this toolbox here of that key, but you have to drop the key back, and you should drop it back on top of the toolbox, and the frog always hears that. So it's much better to take this guy's key, because we can drop that back in the grass when we're done with it. We head back here. This is sort of behind the hideout. There's a corpse and a purse, or skeleton. Total 1037. Okay, he saw that. I don't know if this guy actually alerts. Here's a ring on another corpse. $11.37. Right. There's a piece of loot in there too, but you need that. So he heard the door too. So now you can see that this is actually, even though they sound like haunts, they're not. It's just a tape recorder with a speaker that sends that out, I guess, to intimidate people. So now we're in the hideout, and this is a gold candlestick. We haven't checked off any objectives yet, because we haven't actually snuck inside the main hideout, which is down here. So we are going to... Let me just check something. We have 2 bone wheel mushrooms. Yeah. Yeah, good. We'll save and listen to a conversation here.
This dress-up pantomime nonsense is getting on my nerves.
Don't make me explain again why it's important to keep people away from our hideout.
Just seems like overkill is all. There ain't no one out there.
Well, when you're in charge, you can hang up a big sign saying, "Secret hideout, come on in." Until then, we do what the boss tells us.
Yeah.
So, one of those guys is going to go patrol downstairs, and the other one is going to come up here and station himself by the fireplace. If we go down there while they're having their conversation, they do first alert. So here you can see it's a guy in a suit, and he has no mask on. There, now we got that objective checked off. Okay, in here there's a couple of pieces of loot. There's an artifact. There's a rug. Another artifact here and a mask back here, 1427. Another artifact, 1447. Okay, now it's a little bit difficult for me to explain my way around when we don't have the map. But we're going to come into a little sort of pub area here. Two goblets here. This is a difficult area. I just gotta see if I can time this and do this.
What?
No, I cannot. Why is that door open, by the way?
I thought I saw...
Okay. Usually he closes the door. So we took the 2 goblets there. The bar counter. There's nothing else of interest inside this restaurant bar area except for the exit there, and then there's a wine cellar. And in the wine cellar there's a bottle of wine that we need, and that's the one that's tricky to get because it has to Depends a little bit on the timing.
I thought I saw.
Oh. Okay, good. Okay, I think we can do this. This is a little tricky now, because we need to... I don't know if he saw me there. He doesn't alert if he is not... if he is stationary. We're going to save it here. We have to use this pillar sort of as... hard cover. There. Now we... okay, he did close the door there, so he's going to block that.
What?
Okay, I don't know if we can... maybe we can do this in one go, actually.
Who's?
Okay, we can do this. Good. Now we sort of closed the door and he opened it again and then he closed it. So now he's back on his patrol and he didn't hear us. We took the bottle there, 1527. That's perfect. There's also 2 cheeses in there, but there's nothing to read, nothing else to do in the wine cellar. There's a little window here that goes in, so he can hear us, even though he's in there. Okay, coming up on another pretty difficult area here. Actually... oh, he saw me there. Oh, I can't stand this. There's a mistake in the program. I'm gonna have to do something real quick. Yeah, it's weird. That guy there, if you save when he is in the bar, but not when he is stationary, when he's walking in the bar, when you reload, he stops. And the only way to get him unstuck is to quit the game and go back, and on the first reload, he will start walking again. That probably was never picked up in testing, but anyway, that's how I found to fix it. This is a door into the barracks. Now, we don't want to go in there now, even though we need to go in there to get a key to this door. So Yaren's workshop, keep out. That's where our lockpicks are, so we definitely need to go in there, but we need the key to get in there. But when we open this door, there are going to be 2 thieves that are going to have a conversation. When they're done with their conversation, they will start patrolling. Or one of them will, and the other one will go to a different room. Now, we want to do as much as we can before we trigger that conversation. So I'm not going to go in there right now, even though that would be the logical thing to do for us. Okay, in the toilet, there's a coin pair here, and then there's the first secret purse up on the rafters, total 1647. Found the secret. I'm gonna listen for this guy now. He's coming out right now. We have to follow him going back, because we have to head into the kitchen, and that is a very difficult area. There's an RNG random situation that it's just a matter of luck, really. There's a stationary thief. Sorry. Oh, come on. When he comes back out of there, he's went to the kitchen, we have to go in, and we have to be a little bit lucky here, so I'm just going to make a save. Make a save there. There, that's the way we want this guy. Take a plate. We want to go in here. We want to take this flint and steel. Plate and a goblet. Awesome. 1722. A couple of papers on the wall that we're going to read. So now he turns around. He can face north as well, which obviously we can't tap. He has to face east for us to go in and out of this kitchen. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, 1722. Okay. So he took way too long to turn there. So I want to read these notices, and because that will trigger an objective. Remember, stealing food and other supplies is everyone's responsibility. Don't neglect the essentials when out on the job. Rules of the Shadow Hand Gang. 1. Never steal from another member of the gang. 2. Never talk about the gang outside of this hideout. 3. Never reveal the location of the hideout to anyone. 4. As leader, Margot Shadowhand receives 50% of all takings. 5. A share of all takings goes to the maintenance and upkeep of the hideout. 6. All burglary jobs must be agreed upon and authorized by Margot or Fingal. Rule breaking is punishable by death. So, be it so ordered, Margot Shadowhand. The following targets are not to be touched at the current time. Don Valencia, Rampone's Dockside Warehouse. Hit recently, would be bad for our agreement with Davidson. Interesting. Nice. So Davidson, of course, is the one that owned the ship, the thief that owned the ship down by the docks. Kuranov Estates. Not sure what that is. Any properties under the protection of Reputo. So a warden from Thief 1. Brandley Rothhofer.
I've had enough of this. I need to find some useful...
He saw me because he turned around too quick. I just need to read the middle notice, basically, because that triggers a new objective. I think there's another readable we can get to. I will trigger it. Okay.
I've had enough of this. I need to find some useful information.
So we checked off finding out who sent the thugs to capture you. The Shadowhand Gang. And we got a new information. So this is the infamous Shadowhand Gang that's been robbing high-profile targets in the city. Find some details of their next target. The Watch would be very interested in an anonymous tip-off. So that's another goal that we're going to get down here. Not too long, actually. See, now we have to be a little bit lucky here. I'm going to save it there. He needs to face east. He should do that right now. There, he did. just has to stay east now until we are out. Perfect. This is the archery room. We're not going to go in there right now. Instead, we're going to head in here. Just check my 1722. That is correct. So in here is Margot. Okay, she is in the right location right now. She does not hear us when we are... She is in that end of the room. And I don't think she would see us either. The problem is that when... I've said this before. When patrolling enemies stop on as a part of their route, they don't give any alerts when they stop, but they can still give a settling remark afterwards. And it's annoying with doors because they alert only several minutes later. I'm going to take a necklace here and a gold candlestick. I'm going to wait for her to do another round. Now we're going to do things a little bit out of order here. It really breaks immersion a little bit because in Yarn's workshop there's a note on a secret in here. And that's relating to those two owls that you see in the picture. Or in the picture that you see at the foot of the bed, on the bedposts. Now they need to be turned to face a couple of the pictures here. The closest owl needs to face that ship. And the other owl needs to face the reclining lady. So we're going to do that right now. If we do that, we can open.
Guess
this.
it wasn't much after all.
So, okay. There. Oh, I forgot to move the first one. There. That's got to face this picture. That's got to face the other picture here. And we can click the button. The safe will open. Gotta wait for another round here. So yeah, I wouldn't normally have gone to Yarn, whatever however you pronounce it. Yarn's workshop to get the information to know this, but then I would have triggered those two thieves, which I don't want to do because that'll make it more difficult for me to sneak around. So I'm doing it a little bit out of order here. No matter. It's not like I don't know the whole mission anyway before I do this. So in here is the chalice. 2 coin stacks. And the armory key. 1922. That's correct. And then we're going to have 2 coin stacks here as well, and read a book. Reminder, consult Bartram in the city about the cultist village to the south. Need 10 to 15 fearless men, good fighters all. No one superstitious. Must speak to Caraway about getting a map for the next job. Shouldn't be too hard to come by for a coin or two. Looks like the lad succeeded tonight. Cat's Eye and Leon should be back any minute now with the so-called Master Thief Garrett. Dram already made it back with the loot they took off him. That chalice especially will fetch a fine price. Need to get Rackham up here to appraise. Thought he would give them more trouble, to be honest. Maybe his reputation is undeserved. No, it's not. Still, he'll be a good asset if I can convince him to join us. The Shadowhand gang could certainly do with someone of his talents. Add a bit of finesse to our operations. In your dreams. Editorial, once proud manor lost in wood. So this is a newspaper clipping, I assume. Some of our older readers may recall from their youths the horrifying story of Lord Boringdale's country estate that was set aflame after a drunken altercation. The affair cost the lord his life, and his son and heir left the ruin abandoned. Since then, the creeping forest has reclaimed the site and left very little of it visible at all. Picking one's way through the trees, one can still find a handful of outbuildings. But of the house, there remains no sign, unless it be below ground where the fire left the old basement untouched. There is a melancholy air to the place, a sobering reminder of time's remorseless passage etched into the very stones for the loss of such a great lord of times past. Nonetheless, perhaps it is for the best, for the area has grown most wild, and dangerous, and... Oh, did she see us? Don't think so. Okay. 1959. I should have more than that. No, I should not have more than that. My bad. Okay. Let's wait for another round of hers. So we got the armory key from the safe. Now I'm not going to close the safe because we need to return the armory key. Okay.
Did I see?
Okay, there is thief there. He has 3 stations where he stops. Okay, I thought maybe we would get caught there. We didn't. So we just needed to open the door when he wasn't in this hallway. Basically is what we needed to do.
What?
Oh! He turned around. I wasn't aware of that. This is the armory. We're gonna head in here. There's a lot of stuff in here that we don't need. We really only need 2 things. That. And this note. Lord Bafford just acquired a gold and ruby crown. Extra security at his manor. We'll hit it on the 31st of October. Autumn festival in the streets. Means less guards and watch will have their hands full. Need lockbreaker and tough boys for any guards. Map ex-guard can provide for a small fee.
Bafford. That's original.
So we took a silver nugget, 2009. And we found the chalice, which is one of the main objectives, and we found their next target, which is Lord Bafford. That's why we needed to go into the armory. So in the armory overall, there's a mine, a flash mine, 2 flares, 8 broadheads, a moss arrow, a water arrow, and a gas arrow. This is the only place you can hide in this room from this guy. That was a secret, but he doesn't hear the sliding door. We can get the dagger here, total 2054. A couple of other things we need to take in here, but... Two of those. Too fast. Let's do that then. Wait for the next round. 2 stacks of silver coins, total 2078. There's also a crystal in the bed there that we need. And there's a letter we can read. I think that letter there is the other way you can trigger the finding out that this is the Shadowhand gang. Instead of reading the one in the kitchen, I think that you can read this one instead. Ember glow crystal. We need that. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to close that one. Fingal. I have had a lead on one of the independents still operating in the city. The one and only Garrett is pulling a job tonight and will be visiting his fence and stone market with the take. Send some of the lads to grab him, alive. He'll get the same ultimatum as the rest of them. If he joins us, he'll be a valuable asset. If not, at least he's another unpredictable element out of the picture. Don't forget, it's been less than a year and we've muscled into almost every corner of the city. The Downwinders are history, and most of the other thieves in the city have either been brought into the fold or eliminated. Stick with me and we'll soon be running the city. Margot, Shadowhand. Oh, that is so unlucky. Don't need to read that one more time.
Hey.
So what I need to do, I just see if I have time to do that. There, now we closed the armory. I'm just gonna have to wait for this thief to come back. There, now he opens the door. He closes it. Let's listen for this guy, for this gal. Okay, she's close to the door, so I can't open it now. Just have to drop the armory key, which she does not hear, by the way. If we drop it when she's close to the door. Wait for her another round, then we can reset the owls. I think that will automatically close the safe. I don't think we have to push the button again. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if we necessarily have to put the owls exactly back the way they were, but we have to close the safe, that is for sure. I believe that was something like this, and I think the other owl was sort of facing us. So we have to push the button then. This room would have been a lot harder if she had only stayed for like a couple of seconds in each of the spots, but the length of time she stays means that we can do quite a lot each round. So yeah, now we have to return all the keys here, like I said. We will do that. There, now we're actually going to head into the... Let's see. I'm going to wait for that thief to come back. Gonna head into the training room, because that accesses the machine room, where there's something fairly interesting for us to do. That was good timing, my goodness. You have to sort of dodge those two guys. This archer. This room is off limits. It looks like it was a secret chamber built by Lord Boringdale when the original house was still standing. There's some kind of weird contraption in there, and without knowing exactly what it's capable of, I won't have any of you jeopardizing our operations here until myself and Yarn have had a chance to properly investigate M. That's this door here.
Running from women on the guard.
We can open like that. And here's 2 broadhead arrows. They don't see us through the door, but they can hear things going on in here. So this is the machine room I've been talking about. So, yeah, let's do what we need to do first. So here's a secret. Hammer, 2153. Okay, let me actually read the instruction manual first. A complete and accurate guide to mine own marvelous invention, the Universal Amalgamator, created by Brother Scrutinius with the kind patronage of Lord Hubert Boringdale. Most assuredly not powered by necromancy. Welcome, young acolyte, to this most wondrous tome of knowledge. In these pages I shall lay out the specifics for the use of Universal Amalgamator, made possible by the generous financial contributions of one Lord Hubert Boringdale. First, let me assure you once more that the Amalgamator uses no necromantic arts. Do not mind the corpse. The machine simply channels electricity, not necromantic energies, through the corpse's brain in order to power the Amalgamator's logic circuits. The subject was dead some time before I began my work, and I had no hand in it. Listen not to the fanciful fictitious fabrications of mine brethren. They are merely envious. With that out of the way, let me explain how to use the machine. 1. Place components upon the conveyor. 2. Pulleth thou the big red lever. 3. Collect thine items from the output tray. Mark thee well. Follow the recipe for each product, or the machine shall be unable to process the components. In this event, the amalgamator shall discharge the components onto the output tray most completely unamalgamated. On the following pages, I shall lay out the recipes I have discovered through much toil and experimentation. Now, I'm not going to go through all the recipes. It's pretty self-explanatory. It says what you can make, and then what to put in to make it. So an inert potion is what you need to make if you want to make any other potions. So you usually have to mix some flowers or items. You can make an explosive mine, scouting orb, holy water vial, which we will need to make, and a potion of invisibility, which we will also need to make. Wolfsbane bomb we will need to make. That's the one that will cure Rebecca. A flare, a gas mine or gaseous mine, speed potion you can make, which obviously would be useful. A healing potion we will have to make. Flash bomb and firelighters we will have to make. So yeah, four items then, right? So we have what we need right now to make firelighters and an invisibility potion. This is the important one right now, because that we need in the temple. And to access the temple, we need the lockpicks, which we will get soon. So that's the two things that we need to pick up from the hideout right now, is the invisibility potion and the lockpicks. Since we can make the firelighters, we're going to do that right now too. In these three, you have an unlimited amount of empty vials, metal frameworks, and mechanical triggers. So we're going to need those right now. So let's see. We're going to make an invisibility potion first, which means that we need to make an inert potion. So we need an empty vial to do that. We need a Magefire Aster and a Turquoise Begonia. Now the problem is that when we make it, it's going to drop onto the metal here, which they will hear. They will actually alert to second level hunt mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place the book under, like that, so that the inert potion drops. This seems like it would be a quiet healing potion-like substance, but it's not. It's very loud when it lands. We can leave that book there for now. We don't need that again. Then we're going to use the inert potion and Caveheart Amaryllis, Trickster's Pansy, and Coffin Rot Fungus. That will make an invisibility potion. Now we have what we need to enter the temple. Now we're also going to make the firelighters since we have the available stuff here. For that we need a Flameburst Plumeria, a Bone Reel Mushroom, and the Ember Glow Crystal. There's the firelighters. Good, then we have what we need in here for now. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this open, I think.
Working side by side with women, or running
Or no.
with
Try it right now. I probably can do this, actually.
Hey,
Yeah, I could have done this. Good. Okay, he is still standing. Okay. What am I doing now? Yes, so now we need to head further this way. So we have now covered most of the area. There's a little guard station here where there's a very, very difficult piece of loot we're going to get. Can't open this door because then he will alert. But there's a guard in here. Can't see us if we sneak this way. He can face north and south. Save there. See, when he turns around, we have to sort of do this. He turns around very quickly, so it's just a matter of being lucky here, really. See? RNG. Gotta love it. Might take a long time.
Huh?
Or it might not. There. Come on, don't turn around. Okay, perfect. Awesome. You can't do it from that corner. If you hold the lean there too long, then you won't be able to get it, but 2173.
Hey.
I just want to read this. Kirill, keep a close eye on the storeroom tonight. Dram brought in a lot of valuables they took from Garrett, and I want to know if anyone gets tempted to help themselves. The chalice is the single most valuable item, but I'm keeping that in my chamber. Notify me of anything suspicious, M. Alright. So that's the storeroom right here. Now, that door is pickable, and we have to skip the storeroom, because this guy will hear it. So there's 8 pieces of loot in there for a total of 372 that we have to skip. I'll go over what that is once I get the lockpicks.
Hey!
I was wondering if he had gotten stuck again, which is extremely annoying if he does. We're going to listen to the conversation that I talked about earlier right now.
Ah, many an unwary traveler's gone missing around there. Stay up in our part of the woods if you know what's good for you.
But there could be all kinds of treasure in that temple.
You should be less concerned about treasure and more concerned about the maniac cultists that run the place.
How bad can they be? We could take them.
How bad? I'll tell ya. We had a guy once, Morgan, who thought it was worth the risk. He snuck down there one night, thinking he'd clean the place out. When he didn't come back, me and some of the lads went looking for him.
Did you find him?
At first, we found his gear. They just dumped all that.
So what happened to the guy?
We snuck in close to their village. When we got close, we saw they'd got the poor bastard on a spit over a roaring fire.
You're taffing me.
They cooked him and they ate him. Nothing we could do.
That's disgusting.
That's why we don't go south.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
So, we have to go into this room because we have to get our lockpicks. And to get the lockpicks, we need the orange key, which we just took, as you saw. So when we get this conversation finished, we get this optional objective. There is bound to be some valuable treasure in that temple if you can avoid the cultists residing in the southern parts of the forest. So, it is required for Supreme to get all objectives, even the ones that are optional. All the objectives that are in the list here has to be finished for Supreme. That's a rule. Now, getting this valuable item in the temple will lead to several more busts for Supreme. But I wouldn't say that they're worse than skipping this objective, even though it's skippable. Objectives is what guides the whole, mission. So, I guess if you just count them, as one bust at a time, then this would only be one bust not to do this. But the temple is such an integral part to the mission that I'm going to do that and take a couple of extra busts in the process. So, that's my 2 cents. So that thief ends up getting stationed in... This has a flash bomb in here. Some money box here with some stack of copper coins. Cheese. Oh, I thought this had money in it, but it did not. 2178. Flares. Oh, this is nice. Stack of gold coins. I'm gonna wait for that other thief to come back. He makes a round. So the one guy that went out here, he goes around. He has a loop that he does. So it's fairly predictable, but it's just annoying to have him walking through here. And the other one gets stationed in the guard post. So yeah, in the storeroom, we have a tiara worth 125, a stack of copper coins worth 5, a blue vase and worth 100, and 2 bottles of fine wine, a goblet worth 15, and a stack of silver coins worth 12, and a statue worth 15. Total 372 that we have to skip. Okay, so this is Yarn's lab. Yeah, and here's a mine, and here's a blue gem, and here are our lockpicks. That checks off that objective. And here is a note to Yarn. When you have time, please readjust the locks in my chamber. The owl should have to be facing the painting of the reclining lady and the painting of the ship at dawn. So that's how you get that information there. Okay, I want to go back and I want to return. Yarn's key right away. There. Well, he isn't really. Nice. Timing. Just check real quick here. Make a real save. 2218. That's how much we should have. We returned Yarn's key. We locked the door to his hideout. Yeah. Oh, he here. Okay. When he turns there. Let's just wait. There's not enough room. It's too stressful. I don't think this guy ever gives first alerts. I've never heard him give a first alert, so I'm not sure what that is. Let's wait for him to. That frog, man. Here's the gate. I should never have closed that gate in the first place there. Because he hears that. Oh. Hide in here for now. Yeah, we have to go back to the hideout and make the Wolfsbane bomb. So I can leave the door open until we do that. And now the other frog comes. Oh, great. Well, we're safe in this dump here. We have to go back to the ruins now. Now, there is a piece of loot outside the hideout and the door next to it that we can get with our lockpicks. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's go this way. There. Here is a necklace, total 2418. So now we're back in the catacombs. So now we're going to take a left. Here's a gold plate, 2468. We go around here. There's a water arrow and a holy water vial here. And then behind this is another secret. There are 2 hammers worth a total of 200. So we're not going to be able to get those because you cannot slash the banner. That's property damage. And I have also not found a way to clip through this at all. So if anyone has been able to do that, let me know. But I don't know if I would even do that. It's not possible for Supreme, so for this run I definitely wouldn't. Okay, back here there is a green jar, total 2518. Now we're going to approach the village from more from the southwest, actually. that can actually be a little bit difficult. First we're going to get one of these, a Swamp Narcissus. There's another Cultist. We're going to head in here, actually. Now, first time I came here, I thought that these guys would be getting stuck in the walkways all the time, but they don't. So in the water here, there's a couple of water arrows. There's one over there, one under here. And this shack here is actually the one that opens with the shack key. It's pickable too, but you have to relock it for Supreme, so you need the key regardless. And here's a hammer. Total 2563, and then there is actually something else too. A torn off fingernail, of all things. So I guess this is a gruesome shack in every respect. Lock this again, so now we need to return the shack key. We can't go through here, unfortunately. Now, this shack here doesn't have anything of value. We're going to go in there just so I can see what's there. But the other three remaining shacks that we haven't been to do have loot. And none of them can be opened without getting alerts, especially from that stationary one over there.
Hey!
Oh. So we have to take the items in there through the windows. Luckily there are windows in each one. Here's a goblet. There's also a healing potion that you could have reached through the window there. 2578. I'm going to show you what's in that other hut there. When this guy goes back. Here's Dewdrop, which you don't need. Then there's a ritual instructions. So we're not going to take this, because then we would have to return it. I think so, at least. Yeah. So I'm not going to do that. But it shows that we have to use some kind of a weird bone here to light up a brazier. Then we have to pull some skulls afterwards. So there's step 1, step 2. Seems like we have to do this twice. So that we're going to need in the temple. But I'm not going to take it. So again, that breaks immersion, but it helps us not having to return this. He's They do alert a little bit to that. I saw that too, okay. I have to... That guy over there faces west, south, and east, I think. Never north. So, we're gonna have to deal with him in a little bit too. Shh, there, that was an alert, by the way. He stops there. So that's the shack that we actually took items from earlier. And this one you can't open because that stationary guard or guy will hear that. So I guess that could lead me to the next point. So there is a secret, a hidden objective also in this mission, where if you find the entire map, a bonus objective will spawn saying that you found all the parts or you visited all the areas of this part of the forest. And we can't get that for Supreme because you can see that we have to go into each of these shacks in order to find the maps for this village. And we would get extra first alerts for that. So that I'm not going to do. Yeah, see there's a small area here.
Hey.
I think it's from the light source that comes from that room or something. Yeah, it's this room. That's it. He just has to turn. So that shack there in the northeast, that is the most difficult one. There's the items we need in there, and we have to take them through the window. The window is on the north side. There's another water arrow down there. Okay. And this one, I think there's a flash bomb. There's a statue we need. That we could have taken through the window, but this is not a problem to enter. Now we can head back down for now. So here. I don't know if that guy can hear that. He wouldn't get an alert if he did hear it when he's stationed anyway, so... Good, they didn't hear that. A ring? 2693. Okay. Now, there is a coin pair in the shack, and there is a bone that was the bone that was pictured in the ritual instructions. That's actually a wand that we're going to need. We need that in the temple. And that is difficult to get. I found a pretty reliable way to get it. So let's see if we can do that. That is how you get it. You can sneak along the along the edge of the hut there. If he turns east, then he will catch you. Can you just make a real save or a quick save rather? Good. There we go. We took the wand, and we got the coins worth 20. There's also an apple in there. Good, so now we can go over here. We've done everything we needed to in the village right now. So far we've only taken one alert, or no, not an alert, one bust for Supreme. And one bust for Ghost, and that is breaking the padlock. But that is not a bad one, because it's, like I said, forced. Go around here real quick. Lunar Dahlia, that we're going to need. Here's the temple. We could have approached that from the north as well, but here is a gold nugget. Yeah, he sees us. If he turns towards me, then he will catch me there. Unless we're dark, which we are now. Good. Did we get the loot? Yes, we did. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Shaki will return a little bit later. And those we will return. Okay. So we're going to come up actually on the next bust here for Supreme.
Hey.
So this is the temple. We have to pick the locks on the main entry door there, which he of course will hear. And give an alert to. So that will be the next bust. And this is ultimately why we had to go to the hideout first, because there's no way we can enter the temple without getting the lockpicks. I actually don't have that much left. There. Oh.
Hey.
He has to be stationed towards the southwest long enough for us to get
Hey.
in. Let me see something. The temple is a creepy place. Nick did a very good job there. But we can actually avoid some of the difficult parts of it by doing things in a certain order here. Okay. So, picking it open will trigger a first alert. No way around it. Second busts. We're going to leave these doors open, actually. And here there's 2 water arrows. But there's something else we need. This place is very easy right now. This is bloodroot that we're going to need in order to make the Wolfsbane grenade. So, definitely going to pick that up. And in here there are 4 gemstones. Total 3,053. In this corner there is a room. Freaky room. One of these skulls you can fob, and that's a secret. A chest that we have to pick open. Pile of coins, total 3,138. And here's another room upstairs. A chest with a ring in it. And that passed our loot objective of 3,200. Now over here, there's a locked area. And down here is a gated off area with another cultist and some weird structures in the background. And there you can see some kind of a treasure. And then on the other side here, there's another closed door. So here is a guy that we're gonna have to... He never faces this way, I think. He only faces north, east, and west. Pretty sure. Now there's another secret here that causes that statue to move out of the way. Took the coins there. $32.58. Yep. Here, 2 more coins in a purse. By this corpse. 33.98. He's kind of alert to his right side. He doesn't seem to alert to me when I'm over here, but... So we revealed a diamond over there. And there's also a couple more coins. Just a matter of us being... lucky with his pivoting.
Hey.
Come on. Oh, he heard that. Come on. Just stand that way for a minute, can you? How far do we have to get here? We have to do this, so... My goodness gracious me.
Hey.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait here until he turns around again that way. Okay, let me show you something else. Here's a holy water vial if you want that. Now, here and here are the braziers that was mentioned. Now, we can light those, but that triggers super freaky monster entity of some kind. And more of these are going to spawn and probably have spawned downstairs. Probably also heard that doors open downstairs, the 2 that I showed you. Next to the gate, opened. But now we have to sneak by him to get back down. I'm not going to do that. So instead you can actually light those from the outside. So that's what we're going to do. Whoa. There. Diamond and 2 coin pairs. 35.88. We have to get back here. We have to close up the secret. There we go. So there's nothing else to worry about here unless we light those braziers. That's what we're going to do from the outside.
Hey.
We need them to face away for us to be able to get up here. There. Now, is there something in? Yeah, there's a purse here on this side. Another pile of clothes from their victims, it seems like. 36.88. See, so now, if he's facing away.
Hey.
Yeah, that lights up as soon as we do that. We light up.
Hey.
Oh. There, you can hear the crackling of that thing. Let's see. Light up the other one, you can hear the doors opening. So now we're actually back to the forest. We're not going to go there now. But over here is a gear. Total 37.38. So now we have to go back down and re-enter the temple. Let me make a real save. As long as he turns around, we can go inside. There. Now there's one patrolling ghost down here. We can see him from here and time him. Hopefully we won't get an alert from this guy. He should come and walk away from us here. We're going, I can go in here. So he makes a loop here. Let's see. So we are stationed in this little cubby right now, and he makes a loop like that. When we press the one button in this little hallway, we have to press the second over in the little one on the right where I showed you where that door was closed earlier. Then another ghost will appear here, and I believe he will make... No, he will appear here, and he will make a loop like this. There. And then when we press the button in this hall, that opens the main tomb, where the objective is, there is a third ghost on this level that will appear in this room and go around. So we have to deal with those two ghosts here when we leave the temple afterwards. Problem is that these actually light up a certain radius around them, so it can be a little bit tricky to stay too close to them. Let me see, I'm going to try there. He saw me because I flipped out there. There. follow him. Oh, and now the cultist outside saw me. There. I think we're going to wait for that ghost to come back again here. And then we of course have to hope that this cultist stays that way. There we go. Now this is open.
Hey.
It's actually good that he alerts. Because it means that he's not in a constant first alert state. That was not an alert.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, that you could say. So this is obviously some kind of sacrifice room. A lot of weird bone constructions on the wall. Some ominous symbols. And then here is the item that we need. Our objective. Let me just show you what happens if we take it. This thing right here is obviously not something we can sneak out of. It's completely bright in here. And there were traps that set off and alerted the cultist and the ghosts in the distance as well. So there's plenty of busts in here. But we have to take this. That's our objective. Now I know that you can skip this objective because it's optional. But for Supreme, I think that's one of the worst busts you can take, is to skip a whole objective. So this is what we have the invisibility potion for. We should be able to leave here unseen. But the traps is a problem because they will alert the other enemies here. But luckily there's a way around that too. There are two sets of traps and there are levers that sort of disable both of them. And that is not a bust. That is not a bust to Supreme to disable traps. But they can be reactivated. And after we take the idol here, the reactivation of those traps will immediately set off the traps, so that will bust us. So we're going to have to leave those traps unreactivated. We're going to have to leave them disabled. Okay, he didn't see me there. Alright, so I'm going to now wait for that Trolling Ghost to come by. He's coming there. Okay, that was pretty good timing there. Alright. I'm gonna need to probably... No, I didn't. They saw me there. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because I want that other ghost to be... Oh, I got stuck under the lights. There, that's good. So I want to now time both of these ghosts and the cultist and leave. So now we have that objective checked off. Let me see here. Now that's actually perfect. That will close the gates. We can't have that cultist that way. Who saw me there? Oh. There was an alert there, I don't know why. Can't have that cultist like that. I don't know which one actually. Somebody saw me there, but I don't know who. Did I close it or did I not close it now? Yeah, now I closed it. Oh, that was not smart. I'm gonna have to wait another round, I think, because I just saved now as that guy turned around. But now I have closed the gates. He needs to stay that way. There we go. Good. And now we will get the second alert from him. There's no way around that. That's it. That's it. Now we can head back. So we closed the gate to the inner tomb. That's all we really can do. But now we're done. Or, not done with everything, but basically now we have the bloodroot so we can make the wolfsbane grenade. Not sure what happened there. My next goal right now is to return the shack key, actually. It's the only thing we need to do down south again. He did see me there. That was not an alert. Jackie, we can't actually drop it on the ledge. So we have to drop it there, but that guy doesn't wake up. So we're all good. So in order to make that Wolfsbane grenade, we have to make a Mind Bulb, a healing potion, and a holy water vial. So you might ask, why haven't I just picked up a holy water vial or a healing potion? Well, that to me would actually be an unnecessary pickup. Since we can make those two potions, and all we need to make them are picking up some flowers, which regrow. I think that's a lot better than picking up a potion that does not come back, that we will consume, so to speak. So we're going to take the piece of loot in this building too now, because we have the lockpicks. I wanted to block that. Oh, I don't know if that guy actually alerts or what he does, but there. I want to close it so that he closes it after me. No. There. That's perfect. Actually, wait here. That's a pair of glasses. Worth 50. Totals 37.88. I don't think we will get caught when he leaves. Or I hope we won't get caught when he leaves. Yeah, he turns that way. Oh, I thought we could. There, he saw me. I don't think he alerts. I don't know if he says anything, really. Maybe Nick actually removed his audio. Because you're supposed to think that he's a hunt. Here's the door. Oh my gosh. Alright, hideout key we will leave when we exit, and the hut key is at the beginning. Cultist one we can't drop. And we need these other things later on. Is he on his way here? Yeah, he is. Okay. Let's make another save, I think. Okay, this is slightly bad timing, but anyway. Very bad timing, actually.
Thought I saw something.
Or we can actually go after.
What?
Just checking the timing of those two guards, but I think that's pretty good.
Gonna get used to working side by side with women, or running from women on the guard these days. Still.
There, let's see. So we have to make a mine bulb first. For that we need a metal framework and a mechanical trigger. There we have a mine bulb. Then we need a healing potion and a holy water vial. So to make a healing potion we first need an inert potion. For that we need an empty vial. We need a Magefire Aster and a Turquoise Begonia, right? It's an inert potion. And then we have to do the inert potion. Swamp Narcissus. Magefire Aster. And Bone Wheel Mushroom. That should give us a healing potion. There. To make the Holy Water Vial, we need another inert potion. And that only requires the inert potion and the Lunar Dahlia. Then we can finally use the Holy Water Vial, healing potion. We can use the Bloodroot and the Mine Bulb. And that should give us the Wolfsbane Grenade. Perfect. Now we need to just replace this. We can't replace it perfectly onto the table, but I guess that would be close enough. Yeah. And everything else is the way it was in here, right? Nothing has been changed. Yep. Now we have what we need.
Look at that.
Okay, just wait a few seconds and we should be good. It's a little bit difficult to get out of here, so I'm hoping that the timing is okay now. Also, when I get out,
Hey. Oh, you. Thought I.
Mistake now, maybe. No. Okay. I'm not doing maybe.
What are you looking at? Beat it!
Can I stay here? Maybe I can.
Hey.
Good. Think I can. I'm not going to save here just yet, but...
I feel lucky tonight. Once I get out of work.
Guys can also see that the other thief that was involved in the conversation has stationed himself here. So getting that loot in there after the conversation is basically it's impossible without first alerts. Hence why I didn't do that. Wait for him. Perfect. Excellent. Lock that, drop the key. Whoa, why did he turn around so quickly? Let's go this way then. Let's see, no, we're not going that way. Of course we're not. We are going down to the cabin. Oh, he's on the other side of the wall, that's right. Because we have some loot in the basement of the cabin, and of course we have Rebecca to cure. Doing a good deed is never a bad thing. Same mistake. I really enjoy this mission. For a mission for a contest with limitations in building size, this really, to me, is impressive. And I think they had a time limit as well. Was it 3 months? Something like that? I can't remember, but somebody else might know. Okay. So this we can pick open. And get the purse inside. 3888. Now open that, and then if we throw it into the door like that, then she will instantly turn back and get healed. And obviously get unconscious, so not alert us. Bonus, you broke Rebecca's curse. Right. Let's leave her alone, shall we? There. Our work is done there. Now we can head back by going through the caves. Because remember, there is loot here too that we haven't taken yet. Pile of coins, worth 85, total 39.73. If we head up here. Now there is not much left. Hotkey we're going to return. Go around here. So what I want to do now, lock block this door. And I want to return the key. And we want to head down here now. I like the effect that the rain comes down when you open the hatch, but ends when you close it. Here is a bottle of wine, worth 50, and there is a statue, worth 15. But there's also our last secret, which is the 7th secret for us. You can get 8, but we didn't slash the banner in the catacombs. So the lights actually turn on when you open this hatch, so when we close it, they actually turn off. Down here there's a bunch of flowers, there's 2 moss arrows, but there is a vase. 4138, and that's max for Supreme. We've skipped 572. Go. Give it a real save there just in case. So now we've locked ourselves inside actually. I don't think this door is pickable. No, it's not. Okay, so the reason I didn't take the frying pan is because I wanted to control the end point. Because there is another hidden objective. You might have guessed it. Which is to put the firewood, the fire lighters, and the flint and steel, and make a warm fire going, or make up a warm fire. Bonus, a roaring fire should help you dry off. Now, you can do this in the time before the mission ends, because it will end pretty much instantly, but you can do it and close the door and lock it, but I didn't want to rush and fail that attempt several times. So now we can take the frying pan, and that will end the mission because we have gotten all the objectives. Okay, why? Alright, so now maybe I actually broke the mission. Let's see. Yeah, I don't get that. Checks off. You have to go back out and in to do that. Huh. That's interesting. So if you go in there and have dropped the key outside, you lock yourself inside and there's no way to end the mission. I did not... That was a failed ghost run of the Turning of the Leaves. I guess it was a failed chemical ghost run because we drank a potion. But anyway, we took one ghost bust, and that was when we had to use the bolt cutters to cut the padlock to the entrance to the courtyard, to the Thieves' hideout. There's no way that I found anyway to get past that gate by any other means. And that is both a ghost and a supreme bust, of course. So for supreme, we took a few extra busts. We, first of all, got 2 first alerts from the cultist outside the temple. One when picking open the door and one when closing the door. And we also then drank an invisibility potion to get the Idol of Blood. So that is a bust to Supreme also. But other than that, I don't think we did anything wrong. No, we also did not reactivate the traps in the tomb where that objective was located. You can turn them back on, but then you set off the traps and alert everybody, so we had to leave that deactivated. That's also a bust to Supreme. So 5 busts in total, I guess, to that mode. Yeah. So that's it. I haven't found a way to do that any better. You can obviously skip the whole temple, but then you have to skip that whole objective. I feel that's a worse bust, but you can do that. Then you also have to skip the items in there, the loot. So total time, 1 hour, 36 minutes, 42 seconds. We found 4138 loot out of 4710. We skipped a total of 372 in the storeroom in the Thieves' hideout, because picking the lock to that door alerts the nearby thieves. That you can take for Ghost, though. But we also skipped 200 behind the banner in the catacombs, the secret there. And we are not allowed to slash the banner for any Ghost mode. So for Ghost, you can get 4510. But you have to skip those 200. Pockets picked 1 out of 1. That was the hideout key that we dropped back. Locks picked 8. Backstab 0, knockout 0, damage dealt, damage taken, and healing taken 0. Innocents killed none, and others killed 1. Who is that? Could that be when we cured Rebecca, it counts as killing the wolf? I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't dealt any damage, so I think that's just the way Dramet counts it. That is not a bust. We did not kill anything here. Anyway, Iron Beast destroyed 0 and disabled 0. Secrets found 6 out of 7. Okay, not out of 8. So that was the banner in the catacombs. All right. I, like I said, really love this mission. I think Nick did a great job at making the mission feel big. And I like the atmosphere. I love the rain and the outdoors and the different, settings with the village, the temple, the hideout, and the cave systems and all that. I just think there's enough variety to really make it interesting. There's a little bit of back and forth for Supreme, but that's just because of my playing style, nothing against the mission. Some players complained on the Thieves hideout not being big enough. I don't really think that is a legitimate complaint, because I think this mission pretty much pushes the limit for the 1 million units. I don't think that could have been made much bigger without being, disqualifying the whole entry. So I think that's big enough for the size requirement, or the size limitation rather, that this contest puts on it. So I really think the story, the readables are interesting and fun, and the Shadow Hand Gang is a cool new entry. I haven't heard of that in any other fan mission, so I really like it. The next time, either we're going to go to the last Thieves' Den mission in the Dark Mod, or we're going to play Whispers Below the Cobblestone by Korthak, I believe. Maybe I'm butchering that, but I think that's the username. It's a mission that I got recommended by a couple of viewers, but I haven't played as of recording this, so I'm not sure if it's good or not. It's a Thief 1 mission, I know. So we'll see, but one of those two will be next. So until that time, stay safe, and I'll see you around. Have a good night. Bye-bye.